My God. Am I God? No. Turns out that was false. Do you know what I'm talking about with the this claim is disputed? The little button they put underneath Donald Trump's tweets. That's what I need one of those for almost everything that I say. I want to start a little early today because hey, we're getting close to Thanksgiving. I got a lot of shit to cook and get ready to cook tomorrow. Gonna try to go for the we're gonna do a bacon wrapped turkey. And sorry to any of the vegetarians out there, but we're going in. We've been working it out. I've been talking to Sam Trivecta about it. Seven Lions did his turkey. He did it that way. He already did Thanksgiving dinner for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. But yeah, basically gonna wrap the turkey. Gonna make a turkey weave, put it over the top of the turkey, fill the turkey up with thyme and chopped garlic, onion. I'm like getting it going. I'm doing some research. It's going to be a real cool experiment for me. I've never like really cooked a proper Thanksgiving dinner. But now that I'm a dad, I got to start doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a 14-pound turkey. And it's going to be a small little thing. To all y'all that can't go home for Thanksgiving dinner, feel free to hang out in Discord and eat your turkey or whatever you're going to eat. Make some ribs. I suggest ribs. If you're not a turkey person, maybe make some ribs. I'll be ignoring my family and just hanging out on Discord anyway. So I'll see you there, maybe. But anyway, okay, so what do I got going on here today? There's a lot of stuff going on. One thing I wanted to say is I've been kind of like I've been trying to push the group challenge thing down the line a little bit and just a little bit more because holiday seasons, a lot of people are busy. A lot of people got a lot of shit going on. I want to wait for that little bit between Thanksgiving and, Christmas time, that holiday time, whatever you celebrate around that time. Because I don't know. It's hard to find a time. It feels like where there isn't a bunch of things conflicting, whether it's, crisis going on in the world or a holiday or what it might be. But I want to wait just a little bit for that. And yeah, what the hell is this hype train thing? Nobody knows. That period called early December. Yes. Thanks, Dak. I want to try to combine a couple different things together with this new project that we're going to do. So I don't know if anybody wants to jump. I should have probably done this earlier, but yo, Zach, if you want to jump in on voice chat, feel free. Kind of talk this out a little bit. But I have a couple ideas in mind. First things first. Nick sent me. I wanted to involve the AI stuff to some degree. There's Zach. What's up, dude? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little muffled though. Can you guys hear Zach?
If I get closer to my mic, that might help. My cat might have stepped on my audio interface and changed settings, but I think we're good.
You're good. Yeah, you're good now. Is Zach loud enough? Am I too quiet? Chat. Cool. Oh, he's not loud enough, or he is, or is everything all good? Someone I trust, give us a solid here. Zach's too quiet? God damn it. Zach, can you turn up on your end at all? It's odd. Is Zach even alive? Hello? Anyway. Well, he's gonna come in and out until we figure it out, but that's all okay. So, yo.
Okay. about clipping on my interface, so I can't turn much more up on my side.
I think you sound much better now, honestly. Boom. So here's the thoughts, man. I'm just like thinking out loud here. I've been thinking on it this past day. I definitely am going to reach out to Tasha. Do you think that's what I should be doing right now? I haven't talked to her.
Yes, definitely. You should be reaching out to her as early as possible. She's a little bit, well, she's just, out of the loop on it right now.
Is the other contest that you guys or challenge you guys are doing, is that done?
Well, because there was not a whole lot of communication on this one, we started another 2-week thing. But
oh shit! All right.
She's far into the loop. Because basically, we're in a holding pattern, repeating those things until something comes up from you.
Cool. All right. Well, this is it, I think. So Nick started a track, Bro Safari, and it's sick. I want to play it for you guys real quick. Then it led to some other just fun stuff that we ended up doing. Where's Ableton? There is Ableton. Goes a little something like this. Guys, tell me how it's sounding. You guys getting any sound? No sound?
Everything other than you is super quiet.
Really?
Quiet. Ableton's really quiet. Battle Stations earlier was super loud.
My lord. Man, this is like has been an issue, hasn't it, for the last couple weeks? I don't understand why this started to happen.
It's always an issue.
It's very bizarre, but we'll figure it out. You know what I think it is usually? It is our loopback audio, as always. So guess what, y'all? I'm gonna fucking get to the bottom of it on stream. How's everybody doing out there, though? You guys good? You can take the mic, y'all. Tell me how you're feeling. While I beat my computer to a pulp real quick. Hold on a second. How you feeling, Zach?
I've been pretty good. The new WoW expansion came out. I've just been mindlessly playing games, but before that I was diving really deep into like synth code, trying to get that magic synth and a big like web audio library thing to work.
Nice. Guys, this probably sound a lot better. Did that shit just get fucking super loud?
Oh, I can definitely hear myself proper volume now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, fucking loopback audio. Man, it keeps pushing updates.
Oh, I can definitely hear myself. I'm even louder than you now.
Ooh. We cannot have that. I'm going to turn you back down a little bit. How's Zach now?
Test.
Mic check, Zach. All right, guys. I think I fixed it. Because I'm a fucking genius. Just so you know.
Audio professional.
In case you didn't know, now you know. The less you know. All right, can you guys hear this, though? This is a real test. Hold on. Oh, wait a second. My lord. How's this sound, guys? Does that sound good? Can you hear me? Or am I gonna have to fucking throw my fucking computer out the window?
That's good now.
All right. Okay, so here's the song. Here's the source material. Y'all ready? What do you what do you guys think? This is what Nick sent over as a source
That's cool.
to mess with. We were thinking I'm gonna mess with it a little bit, and then we're gonna break it apart into stems. So each team. Okay, let's start at the beginning here. What we plan on doing is creating a sign up similar to how we did on the co-op challenge. And there'll be a big sheet, and you just go on there. You put your name. You put your Discord at. We're gonna make sure we do that this time. It's gonna be a. I feel like you almost
You will not have another Kevin.
Yeah. No more. Yeah, no Kevins anymore. But I feel like that we shouldn't even like if you don't put your Discord at, you're just not gonna be put on a team to keep our lives easier. I think that's the way.
Right.
And then, yeah, after the fact, if you feel like you got left out or something, then you can come to customer service and try to, beg your way onto a team. Because this one's going to be fun. Everyone's really, I think, going to be excited because we're going to make teams of 5 this time. That's the right number, right? Was it 5?
I think we had mentioned both 4 and 5.
We have to make a decision. Is it 4 or 5? What do you think? Or should we get all the names, see how many people we have, and then make a call if it's a team of 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
And I think the other process too is the marble like method, and we'll just group it where it's like number 1 through 4 is a team.
Right.
5 through 9 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 5 through 9, et cetera, et cetera. However many people we end up putting on a team, we'll just go down the list.
If that last group doesn't have enough people, I'm sure we can fill it in with, latecomers and all that.
Yeah. So instead of having like last time we had 40 teams, we might only end up with, if let's say 50 people show up, we'll have 10 teams,
I will also say last time when we had 2 people, it was 2 weeks. I think with more people, we want to give them more time. Not as far as a month, mostly because if we start early December and give you a month, then it's going to be hell around the holidays. So maybe 3 weeks or something to give a little bit more time to converse and work.
Yeah. Nice. So there's people talking about, let's see, what do we got back here? Cool. Maybe the snare could be more exciting. Yeah, I mean, you have to think about this stuff as this is all source material. For you, these are the things you should talk to your team about when you get put together with a team. And it's not about making the song better. It's about making your own song. Using the different parts, right? So all this stuff will be exploded. And intentionally kind of chose organic instruments. And when Nick sent this over, he's like, man, I like there's a lot of this stuff is kind of like off the grid and it's kind of all over the place. It's like a tempo that maybe many of us wouldn't in the EDM world wouldn't pick. 116. I feel like a lot of people like on top of like solid numbers like 150 and 100 and I feel like on top of that, like people don't typically pick lower tempos that are in weird. Not that 116 is a weird tempo, it's just not typical for like a dance tune unless you're listening.
It's like halfway between mid tempo and house.
Yeah, but I think it like, because like the worst thing for me is when I get stems for a song, it's like 150. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to write this at 150. So what am I going to do? And like a lot of times my brain doesn't necessarily go to like a weird tempo. Like, I don't know. I feel like that Whereas the other way around, if I get a song that I want to mess with, like a rock song or something, it's not going to be in like the tempos I'm used to working in. So it's fun to like take that idea and figure out how it's going to work in a tempo that I'm used to writing in, you know? So I think this is kind of cool. Like right away, I think a lot of people might take this song and say, hey, why don't we all agree on something we can all work at that we're like comfortable, like a tempo that we're all comfortable working at. And immediately, if we take this stuff and chop it up and make it work rhythmically, we at least have somewhere to start, you know? So I thought that was kind of cool. And yeah, like not producing, like overproducing the source material to the point that it doesn't give anybody any room to do things like, oh, you know what? This might sound cooler with a different kind of snare, etc. This really sounds to me like not a dance song, right? And actually, part of the hope, talking to Nick about this, he's like, man, maybe this will like give some people a little bit of a license to try to do something that isn't necessarily like something that they would typically do, and look for solutions that aren't typical of what they would do, you know? Let's see. Yeah, the marble thing I think is like that's just fucking hilarious and adds a lot of tension, and it's truly random, you know? I mean, we could use like I saw that online they have like team picking tools that run in a browser, and you just like literally click a button and it'll just assign teams, or it'll have like a spinner. That's just boring. Yeah, the marble thing is fucking hilarious. And we can pick our own music for it. If someone wants to make the marble theme song, feel free. Last time we used
like a bit of the tension of like, oh, that person died right after me, but am I with them or the person that died before me?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the madness of it. It's fucking funny.
It's very embrace the insanity.
Yeah. And also, so Nick also sent me this video, and I shared it in the I don't know what's going on with this Discord thing. He sent me this video of, this is the reason why I shared the tone transfer link on Discord. So check this out. I didn't ask him if I could show you guys this, but I'm sure he's fine with it.
Dude, this is crazy stuff. All right, so I'm going to just play, like, I'll let this play once so you can hear it without it, and then I'll just trigger this trumpet that I just sang. All right. All right, that's not it. That was in the song. Let's start right here. Dude. Stop. All right,
so what it reminds me of is, have you ever played Goat Simulator? Have any of you guys ever played Goat Simulator? And by the way, could you hear that?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So check this out. Zach, did you ever mess around with this shit?
Not yet, no.
All right, so you can, it runs right in your browser, so you can mess around with it without any, like, so the problem with the fucking OpenAI jukebox thing is that there's a bar of entry, right? And thankfully we got Zach as part of the community to help us enter. And even after you've got it running, it's like, it's a little, shaky at times. But this runs right in your browser and uses a similar kind of technology, I suppose.
If you could have stayed.
So you got somebody's voice here. And somehow the algorithm takes the information from this person's voice and meshes it together with the tonal qualities of these instruments here. So you can take a flute. So it's kind of interesting, right? And then the greatest thing is that you can add your own. So I didn't actually set this. Hopefully this works. Oh, it looks like it does. Oh, you can upload and you can record. So I can be like, yeah, I love you, Zach. Yeah, I love you, Zach. So now I can transform. Updating transformations. Let's see how long this takes. I actually haven't done this yet, so I hope it doesn't take 12 hours. And I didn't ask Nick. It looks like it's moving though. Yeah, you guys know I'm on that Creed shit. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I love you, Zach. It sounds like a dog.
So I wonder if it's like trying to match the octave, and so if you sing in an octave that's way lower than the normal range of a flute, it just comes out sounding really weird.
Oh, okay. You can play around with all kinds of stuff here. So I wonder why it's not letting me. Maybe I have to do this before. Adjustments will be ready in a few seconds. Oh, it's loading. Okay. Slowly but surely. But man, I like so the point is like trying to find maybe some ways to here one of the things I was going to try to do straight away. Like I feel like some of this stuff with Embrace the Insanity is always like, let's see if we can figure out how to kind of like in a tangential way work off of some of the things we're already doing. And actually like, hold on a second. While we let that load, I wanted to pull up. So Zach, I ran this song through OpenAI as well. Here.
Nice.
Yeah. It came out very cool actually. But I have to bring these back online. I actually ran a bunch. That OpenAI script is running all day, every day at home. Okay, yeah. So here, check it out. Is this it? Yeah, perfect. Oh God. All right, hold on a second. Okay, so I got a little control panel here. I'll get over to the OpenAI thing in a second. Yeah, I love you. Okay, cool. So you got a dry wet and you got octave too. Okay. All right, that's not useful. I am going to download that though, just for fun. And I want to do it as a flute because it sounded like a dog to me. That part sounds like a dog. Okay. I want to record I want to download my flute transformation. All right, but the cool thing is, all right, let's get out of here. Boom. Is that I can actually upload my own thing. So I want to try bouncing something out of here real quick, like this thing, this bass guitar. Because it's mono and it. What do we got here? I thought it might be kind of cool to run this bass guitar through. Yeah, I'll bounce this out. So, export, we'll call it Nick contact bass, and we'll put it right here on the desktop just so it's easy to find. These are always, hey, this is what I like hanging out with you guys for. Stupid experiments.
Well, like what you were saying earlier about like we kind of take the conversations in tangents and turn them into like things. I feel like I've seen that a lot with you, where like I saw you get really into like Lovecraft and Lovecraftian fiction, and then you released the Book of the Dead phase plant thing. Like you work in the things you're kind of learning about and reading about into like everything you do.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep the ball moving. I kind of think of it like you're on some kind of like path. I think just in general, life can feel like chaos. It is chaos. Things just happen for no reason, right? No, I mean, we like try to understand why things happen. Your brain's designed to make sense of the world. And I think that it's like, man, for better or worse, there's ideas and experiences, both good and bad, that cross all of our paths. And what better way to make sense of them than just immediately be like, okay, great. I'm going to draw you into my creative process, whether it's a book that I read or, you know, somebody in my family getting sick or, you know, one of my friends dying, or, you know, they can be good or bad things. Right. And man, lately it's been great stuff, right? Incredible tools that I don't think some people realize we have access to, like some of these AI algorithms, you know? And I think that kind of letting your imagination go wild with this stuff down the line, it's like all these tools are going to get more and more powerful. Is somebody trying to call me? Yeah, my brother. I have to let him know that. How do I stop a call? But that's one of the things I love about hanging out on stream with y'all, is that it feels like once a week. I mean, the name of the show is Embrace the Insanity. It's just like, what's going on in the world? Let's take it all, throw it out on the table, and then find a way to like remix it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been very cool. It's been really cool because a lot of my friends from real life are getting involved now too, you know? So I got my virtual homies and real life homies. And now it feels even more meaningful to me, you know, like some of the projects that we do. And me and Nick have been doing shit like this forever, like finding ways to use the tools that we have available in weird ways, like editing video using Ableton, you know? It's like a little feature that most people don't realize is even there, you know? That you can actually drag video clips into Ableton and chop them up. And I mean, we've been doing that and making stupid videos just to like entertain ourselves, you know, and send a funny video to each other. Now it's like, here we are 20 years later, and he's like, dude, you got to look at this thing. It's great. Okay, so here's his contact baseline. There you go. Let's transform it into something else. Might take a moment. How about this? It's just going to start playing, I think, when it is done. Yeah, you can see it loading up trumpet and violin in the top right over here. Looks like it might almost be done. I need like a Jeopardy. Here we go. Man, I don't know. Okay, so I got a little... Man, I almost feel like this would sound better if I put something that was not melodic through here. That's kind of just madness, you know? Almost feels like I'll end up with better results that way. Otherwise, you just get a saxophone playing, right?
I mean, it looks like that's what one of the inputs it gives you is, like the pots and pans.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like putting like, it turns out that like doing something like putting the drums through it would probably be a better idea in terms of getting something like this. Hey, but you don't know unless you experiment, right? So let's export audio and video. And I'll say, we'll call it Nick Percussion. So that's been the fun of working with OpenAI as well, is that the more I play with it, the more that I am kind of becoming sensitive to the things that get the best results. Here, let me upload this. We're gonna add my own once again. Upload. And we'll call it Nick Percussion. Let it do its thing. Nice. Transform. In the meantime, I want to play you guys what OpenAI did with this sample, just because it's pretty cool. Check this out. So to my point, I played around with running this stuff through OpenAI, Jukebox a bunch of different times, and used some samples like Tom York, Radiohead, Nine Inch Nails. I forget what else I used. Chemical Brothers, and got a bunch of different samples, and it came up with some really interesting stuff. Check it out. All right, here's where AI takes over. 3, 2, 1. Pretty amazing.
Man, that's cool.
It definitely got the Tom York in there, right? All right, here's number 2. I'm gonna just fast forward a little bit. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, AI. I don't know what happened at the end there. That was actually my favorite part, though. It almost had like some reggae kind of influence in it. All right, then this is the last one that it spit out. All right, I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, AI.
It floats in oil and passes like a thief, shows like the picture by the old. Come up for a space bound.
This is amazing.
It's right here. The arrows of the passing I just moving light. Oh, and the birds are like the thoughts and the place where they lie.
Pretty incredible. That one sounded like Robert Plant almost.
That was like a full vocal line. That's
I know, yeah. I don't know how many of y'all have worked with like vocalists, but it's like getting a beat going. I mean, I don't know if some of y'all might actually write your own vocals, but one of the methods that a lot of people use is they just kind of like riff melodically with their voice, almost like just jamming with a keyboard or a guitar, right? No lyrics, but just what feels good rhythmically and what feels good like in terms of enunciation, with like just in some ways it kind of conjures in a subconscious way lyrics, and I feel like that's definitely the next step for OpenAI, is that it'll create an iteration as it gets better that is fully just not nonsensical, and then it will go back in and iterate over the top of that with lyrics. And actually, man, with some of the other models that I ran, I really got that. You know how you can enter lyrics, Zach? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you've done that, but I've gotten that to work now, and it's fucking creepy when it works too, man.
It is. Well, did you see my Motley Crue take where they're singing All Star, or trying to sing All Star?
You did it?
Yeah.
Where is it? I didn't hear that.
I put it in Embracing Insanity. I'll DM it to you.
Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, I want to chop up some of the vocals that were in there and splice them into this beat somewhere. I got some other ideas of how to kind of give people a little bit more to work with. Just a little bit. What the problem is what Nick gave us. This is great. There's a lot to work with here, I was hoping maybe to get one of the things. So I'm going to run. So here we go. We got the percussion from Nick in here. Let's try running flute. How's it sound? Let's go. Oh man. All right. Here, let me adjust the ML output. This will take a moment. In the meantime, any luck, Zach?
Yeah, I DM'd you the wave file. It's
Okay.
with the ancestral sampling, so it's just giving it the name of the artist, because Motley Crue is in there.
Okay.
Just after you mentioned Tommy Lee asking you about this, I'm like, I'm curious what it would do. I'm sure Motley Crue is in the data set. So I just told it to make a song of Motley Crue with the lyrics to All Star by Smash Mouth. Figured that would be...
All right, let's hear this.
It's actually really good.
Where's this playing? Oh, hold on. Let me turn this up a little bit, guys. All right, here we go. Motley Crue singing Smash Mouth. Here we go. Oh shit, it's playing the fucking flute in the background. Hold on a second. Hold on one moment here. I didn't hear the Motley Crue. I didn't hear All Star. Is it in the beginning?
Well, it's kind of what the lyric. It's doing a very poor job at actually articulating the lyrics. You can kind of hear parts of it in there, like instead of saying "I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed," it's like "Iron shots in the shed."
Okay. All right. Oh, I see what it's saying. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. That's cool, man. This one, so check it out. I've been like messing around with this stuff. Matt Zoe and I have like a project that we're gonna announce. I don't know when, but he's mentioned it, so I'll mention it. He mentioned it in some interview. But we got a full album we wrote together, and we really been trying to find a way to integrate this into. Let me see if I can find it. Where the hell did I put this shit? We've been trying to find a way to integrate some AI stuff into the album since we got extra time to work on it now, right? Oh, you know what? I don't have. I'll have to show it to you guys some other time. It's probably for the best, honestly. But man, we got some really interesting results. Just running stuff through and messing with the lyrics, like inputting lyrics. And someone asked earlier, can you put lyrics in? Yes, you can literally type lyrics into the model. If anybody's interested in any of this stuff, there's a video that's saved in the highlights that has Zach kind of running through the basics of how the code works. OpenAI, if you're interested, just go to openai.com and you can click on Jukebox. And you can play with it yourself. It's not as mysterious once you watch a video on it. Unfortunately, there's not very many videos online on how to use it. Still very cool though. The more I learn about this kind of technology, the more interested I am in it, which is why.
Yeah, honestly, the best source for asking questions and figuring out stuff for the Jukebox AI is like there's an unofficial Discord.
Okay.
There's a guy in there who is like, he basically did what I did, modifying the Google Colab to make it more usable, and everyone's talking about their like iterations per second and
this is it right here. I actually joined. You sent me an invite. Can I send an invite? Doesn't if anyone want to invite people. Here you go, guys. They're gonna be like, who are all these random people? Just entered. I'll put in streaming text.
There's like a lot of people that join every day. It's surprisingly active.
So hey, it'll be really interesting to see how this continues to evolve. Let's go back to our little project real quick. I just want to see if we can get something on stream that sounds cool. So here's that percussion. What's going on here? Come on. Come on. What happened? What's going on here? Oh. Needs more chaos. So what ways can we introduce more chaos? It's too predictable. So we want to throw some things into this that is going to create chaos. I sound like Dan Carlin there. Chaos. How about this? What if we were to do something like put a granulator, like Granulator 2? Max for Live? Anybody fuck with Granulator 2? Granulator? Granulator 2. there's so many. There's a treasure trove of very cool Max for Live plugins. Let's hear what we got. What happened to Granulator 2? Did it not go in to this scenario? Granulator 2. What's going on here? Whoa. Oh, okay. So I have to load it up with that with our sample we just created. Okay. Let's put Granulator 2 here. Create absolute madness. What's going on here? Come on. Get in there. Granulator. All right, let's drag. Nick percussion into our project. I don't even know if this is going to work. That's what's fun about the process, right? There's Granulator 2. Can you guys see Granulator 2 down there? Do I need to move it so you can really see it? No, people can see that. So you can use these little guys down here to... Let's go up an octave. Whoop. Okay, I filtered to it. Change some of these around a little bit. Change it to filter. Actually, I don't even need to put a filter on it, because what we're trying to do here is just create some chaos. Maybe Granulator's not the way? Ooh, that sounds like a cool... I want to put that before a snare. That little slap. All right, now I'm going to resample this. It doesn't sound that interesting yet. Maybe we can get it to sound interesting by running it through this other thing. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's go. Oh my God. Come on, guys. Let's do this. What if I were to go through it like this? It's like somewhere in the midst of madness, and now let's try bouncing some of this shit out. This sounds like something Shadow Wanderer would do something cool with. Let me export that. I'll call this Nick Grains. Be kind of cool to use that on the. I would drag my my bass in there, maybe later. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board over here. Delete. Upload. Nick Grains. What do we got here? A little more chaos this time. So let's see. My hypothesis is that it reacts based on hearing the pots and pans. It like reacts to like the little transients. So adding all these crazy transients and having some of them be really bright and having some of them be a little dim. Maybe the algorithm will catch on to things a little differently. So let's transform. It's going to take a moment. So I'm reading the chat, seeing what you guys are talking about. Did you try feeding the jukebox AI output back into input? Yes. Yeah. Actually, now I got all these. I think I mentioned it before. I definitely mentioned it in Discord. I got a bunch of projects going on with different people where we're doing all different kinds of experiments with it now. Feed Me is one of those people. He heard the I Do Coke one that I posted online, and he ripped the audio from it and started a song and sent it to me. And I took that song and put it back into the AI thing to like iterate. So there's been a number of different experiments that are going on. All right, cool. Let's do this now. I mean, download flute transformation. Saxophone transformation. That's what I wanted. I don't know, man.
I'm trying to read through what they've published to see how it does this, because part of me is wondering if it just does kind of like an audio to MIDI kind of thing, like an Ableton. If you put on an audio clip, right click audio to MIDI, and then feed that.
I don't think so.
Library, right? It's definitely doing more than that. So I'm reading through to try to figure out like it's clearly picking out frequencies from the audio. So I'm trying to figure out like how is it doing that.
Man, it seems like the thing it responds the best to in like the most kind of like exciting sounds are voices. Maybe if I make something, or maybe if I make like a bass noise, it kind of sounds like it's talking or something. Or if I guess I could use my own voice, right? By the way, how many of y'all have started to play around with Vital? Anybody play around with Vital yet?
Oh, it's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. I woke up this morning. I watched Must Die play around with it a little bit today. It made me want to mess with it more. I got the beta. Hopefully it's, yeah. Maybe we'll get into, I don't want to start playing with too many different things, but maybe we'll get into this one next week. Maybe I should just grab. I just finished this fucking pack for Phase Plant. I don't want to jump. I don't want to be like jumping around too much. I feel like it goes against my philosophy of pick your tools and get creative with them instead of just downloading millions of synths. Let me get one of these cool presets from my now available preset pack, Book of the Dead. If you have a subscription to Phase Plant, then you have this already, believe it or not. You might not know that, but you do. And it's fucking cool, if I do say so myself. Anybody get this yet? Anybody like it?
Oh yeah, it's great. I love the bit voice.
The little boop, 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 boop. Try to put some old school sounds in there. Wow. So what if it went? And then it needs to go. Actually, like, Zach, to your point, let me illustrate what Zach was talking about. So some of y'all don't know. You can like consolidate audio, drag it onto a MIDI track. Let's put another phase plant in there. Instrument phase plant. Right? This is like 101 to many of y'all, but some people don't know you can do this. Boom. And then you can just create a melody with it. And there you go. It's going to not be perfect, but let's load up a sample here. Or let's load up let's load up one of my presets here, y'all. Got a cool bass noise, some kind. Here, how about a Reese? Or let's keep it simple at first. Let's just start a new sound. And I'll just add a analog. What we got here? Well, let me quantize these a little bit. I can move them off the grid a little bit if I need to. Although, yeah, he did pop this around a little bit on the grid. That's great. Sweet. So I'm imagining it like then it'll go into like, damn, this shit needs to be louder though. This little guy. Just needs more girth. Love it. Maybe not quite as much there. So I'm imagining it's like there you go. It's like Dr. P. Old school. Gotta put some sidechain on this bad boy. Maybe put some other noise on there. Do 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 do. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Maybe something a little bit lower. Go down an octave. I want these to be more like how'd I have this shit set up? Let's take a look. Back under the hood. Just a little bit of attack on it. Let's change this. That's kind of cool. Then move them. I think you got to move them. So a bit more on time. Maybe the drums change too there. Be kind of cool. Super loud. Needs a crash cymbal there too. Psst. Of some sort. What's available straight away? What kind of crash am I thinking of? Something like, oh, let's use this Kotek pack since it happens to be in the chat. I think still, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah. Something easy. Fast one. Maybe more like an orchestral crash. Put a little transient snare in there somewhere. At some point, I'm going to go on and do, I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything, but Kotek's going to do a podcast. I get to actually talk to him for once. Maybe not a tonal snare. Maybe he's like just like a really boring old transient. Just a little thumpy one. That one's too loud. Something that's like yeah, like a little fast homie. Like that. Boom. Something like that. Get rid of this fool. I think I could probably come up with a cooler noise in this one. Or maybe just a boring ass noise. Something like something more kind of like something more analog sounding. Put the rest of that in there. Bring. My favorite thing lately. Just super dirty and fast and wrong. These more flavor. I'm gonna use some of these guys. I remember saying I wanted to use some of this. Let me find a cool pre-transient. Some of that shit's cool, like that. Just grab that little friend. I'm gonna take this growly dude out for a second. It's not really helping me. Put this guy here. Just this guy. Keep finding little dudes like this. Add some flavor. To Kotek drums. I think it's all about the flavor. Boom. High pass. Turn them up. Let's get a little bit of flavor in there, you know? Because this whole beat's like kind of staggering around, which is great. We've got to add some of that energy. Feel me? What else we got going on here? Boom. Here, let's try fucking around with this. You know, I got this new plugin. By the way, heads up, y'all. A lot of plugins are on sale right now. Good Hurts. These are weird plugins. I got this one called Lossy. Got some cool presets too. Kind of makes it sound like a shitty MP3. I kind of liked what I did though. Kind of gives it a cool model sound. You know, I want to resample this a little bit too. Boom. Master. Oops, sorry. Yeah, resampling. Boom. We're gonna solo this. We're gonna hit record. It's gonna be some... Oh, wrong one. Gotta arm this guy. Bing in. Yeah, I just like that. That little bend. Because I want it to be extreme. You know? Maybe even actually grab this fool. Maybe put some other effect on it. Like something like, oh, I don't know. Like a filter. Maybe set it. And a band pass, low pass, band pass. Something like that. Yeah. And then do something like, oh, I don't know. Put an OTT after it, which is fucking pretty predictable, I guess. What happens if I knock it down an octave? What do you think happens? Huh? What happens? Meh. It's kind of cool. I want to put a phaser. I think. Maybe. Put the speed all the way up. Maybe do something a little different with this. A lot of these Ableton plugins, they do interesting things. I don't know if y'all know. They do interesting things when you only do 50-50. So like, for example, let's fuck around with this thing. Let's see, frequency shifter. Woo! But like 50, yeah, 50-50.
50 frequency shifter is just free motion.
What happened?
Oh, say putting the frequency shifter on 50-50 is just like free motion.
Yeah. This shit. Whoa. Huh. If you like automate it, it's pretty cool. So like maybe do a little tiny automation there. A fine bit of automation. Who knows? All right, who's joined us? Shit, Tasha Baxter, what up? Prodigy.
Yeah, I love that 50-50 frequency shifter trick because it's like it's kind of like detune, where like with Unison detune, you've got all the different partials multiplied by like the same multiplicative amount.
Yeah.
Like if you go like a few cents down, then each separate partial is a few cents down. But with a frequency shifter, every partial is being changed by an additive amount.
Uh-huh.
And so it does that same kind of phase offset warbling, but as like a moving comb filter instead of just like the the increasing.
Yeah, it sounds like a phaser almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you're like it's it's great having you like just pop in the background. I wish I had a plugin that did that. It was like a fucking Zach plugin. Just like, hey, did you know? Like when you put some effect on, it just like gives you the breakdown. That'd be
I
sick.
see you're trying to make a Reese.
Yeah. A little bit of
Did you know that
historical
phase
information as well.
Did you know that Evan Saunderson really?
Yeah. We were actually talking about that, weren't we? At one point.
Yeah, I'm learning like at a base level, like what are these sounds? What are these effects? Mathematically, why is it sounding like this? Why is it different?
Yeah. Okay, so I want to do something where, oh shit, I'm going to make an iteration of this. I'm going to do what I initially set out to do, which was put the glide on, polyphony 1, legato. And then let's move this up a little bit. I want this thing to talk a little bit. That's kind of cool. Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, I want to talk like that. Yeah. Let's start higher. I don't know if Glork Glunk made this wavetail was my favorite one. I don't know if I ever asked him. I forgot. I'm not trying to sell y'all on this shit, but it's cool. I spent a lot of time on this fucking thing. On these fucking patches. God damn it. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to play with, for sure. And then doing simple things like, yeah, like turning some of these into legato and then putting a little bend on them. I feel like they work really well that way too, a lot of these. Especially the ones that kind of feel a bit more like Reese, like neurofunk kind of sounding things. Like this one, perhaps. Maybe not this one. Let's see. Then you just put like a fucking LFO on it, right? Put like a filter on there, like this guy, maybe. Something. Have this more interesting. It's like it's got weird. It's like slightly out of tune. Kind of cool. I think the name of the game is keep making iterations of it, you know? Let's go back to... Woo! So, you know, I mean, I always love your guys' suggestions, but the bottom line is right now, you have to remember, we're going to take this information here. I love the excitement around the suggestions, because the bottom line is going to break this down into pieces, and then you can have that discussion with your team to make it into what you want to make it into, right? Because these are all going to be samples for the challenge. Maybe some people don't realize what's going on here. Here, I want to do this too. I want to get something wild. Put it through there. Let me do it like this. What I have? This one, once again. Boom. 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 Move this down. I just want to get something to run through that fucking AI model real quick. See what it does. Wow. All right, let's try that. There, it's going, yeah. All right, and then let me say, I love the enthusiasm. I love the suggestions. Y'all fucking get involved. Fucking, we're gonna start up this challenge. Let's say Nick. Growly bass. Desktop. Boom. We're going to start up this challenge. And we're going to break apart this tune. I'm just riffing here. This won't even be the final version. So I'm going to flip some sounds here. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, and then basically I want to try to add a little bit more dynamic to the sounds that you guys are going to get, but this will get exploded into stems. People are going to sign up for the competition, or the challenge, sorry. I promise not to call it a competition. It's not a fucking competition. It's a challenge. You'll get all the pieces. You'll get, bass line, guitar, Rhodes, drums, some bass noises, etc. That can just be a starting point. You know what I'm saying? To give people ideas of where you want to take it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you right now, the biggest challenge is going to be how the fuck are you going to work with 5 people with 5 ideas of how this shit should go, But I obviously love the suggestions always. Save them. Save them for your own shit. If it's giving you ideas, save them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. All right, here we go. What's going on here? Come on. Do I have to reload the site? Oh, there we go. All right, let's try. Let's see what happens when you load the growly bass stem in here. Do 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 do. Why isn't it doing anything? What? All right, let's see what it does to this shit. Maybe we'll get something more interesting this time. My only suggestion in phase plant: try FMing one wave with 2 different waves Maybe at different harmonics? Oh yeah. I mean, that's what Faceplant's all about. Man, this isn't nearly as impressive as I was hoping. You know? I was kind of hoping that this thing would be like a game changer in some way.
I mean, I feel like what this is best used for in terms of like it's going to be a game changer is doing like, all right, here's my saxophone solo, and I'm just going to sing it into my track, and now I've got a saxophone solo.
Yeah. So if I go... So if I went... Here. Add your own. Record. Do 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 do. Oh my god, this is gonna sound so bad. And I have COVID. I'm just kidding. I am a little under the weather though. And I smoked weed a little bit. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that on Twitch. I think that's illegal. Come on. Do 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 do. Why does everything sound like a fucking dog? Like a sad dog that wants a treat, wants a pet, wants to go for a walk. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, like try turning the octave up on the flute.
I'm about to, yeah. The shit needs to load. Sorry, guys. It takes a second to load this fucking interface here. This is so fucking stupid, this website. But I love it. See? I mean, it goes to show you, like, if people sat there and watched us mess with the OpenAI thing, you realize it's like the really, really, really cool shit. It's like, that's like one out of many tries. You know what I'm saying? When you get something that's like really cool and unique.
And that's why it's nice that you get like three takes whenever you do it. Because like usually two of them just kind of suck. Hopefully one of them is good enough to like spend 12 hours upsampling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point too, it's like people say things like periodically, they're like, especially in dance music, they're like, how can you make something new? Like, how can you make something that nobody's ever heard before, you know? And I feel like that's like an unrealistic goal, you know? But I think in true spirit of electronic music, there's always some new weird... Perfect timing. New weird technology that somebody's fucking around with, right? I mean, is this groundbreaking? I don't know about that.
Well, it's weird. I've been thinking about it. It's like AI.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the saxophone. What'd you say?
No, I hear it now.
What'd you say?
I'm saying like with AI, like it's hard to make new things with AI in general, like outside of music, because AI is essentially like regressing to the mean of its inputs. But with music, so are we, right? I mean, like our music is like combination of our influences.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with the AI, right? It's a combination of all of its influences, which is 1.2 million songs or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it can only make things that are similar to what's been done. Yeah, but with music, that's kind of the goal.
Yes. Yeah, it's to take all the things that you are inspired by, and maybe even some of the things you're not inspired by, And your brain, yeah, takes all that information and goes, fuses it together and shits it or spits it back out and says, look what I made. And yeah, I don't know. That's the only goal that I have playing around with this stuff, is to add more odd source material to that process in my own mind, you know? Because it's kind of interesting how, you know, it might take some time, but your brain, through experiences, through improvising, through playing around with weird software, etc., somewhere in the back of your head, there's experiments going on just under the hood. And then you sit down in front of your DAW one day or whatever, and it all of a sudden just comes out, this weird idea. Or you're like, oh shit, something that happens triggers another idea, which triggers another idea. Back and forth. And
right.
I just think this is cool because this is like another brain. It's a weird, primitive, at the moment, a primitive brain, right? That you get to play with. So you got your own brain. You take a bunch of ideas and throw them into this little weird brain. And it goes, you know, this makes sense to me. Here you go. You're like, wait a minute, this is fucking weird. This sounds like Goat Simulator to me. If you ever heard the soundtrack to Goat Simulator. So all that effort, and they just made what Goat Simulator made. Oh God, I can't listen to this anymore, but I am going to save it. Hold on. Sorry. People are probably coming on the stream like, what the fuck are these guys doing, man?
Well, I've been saying before how, like, one of the things that I think pushes electronic music in particular forward is just bringing in new kinds of effects. Like I've been saying before, like with, you know, I think back to like, and I'm not a huge expert on early synths, but like, you know, back when all you had was like maybe wave types and an ADSR, maybe a filter envelope, right? Like what moved a lot of things forward was having new like mathematical formulas to apply to these things. And so like now, you know, we've had the formulas of flanger, chorus, delay, reverb, all those for a long time. And only so many things you can get from different combinations of those. But when you bring in the new formula of something like AI, it's like, here's a new effect to use, here's a new sound. And we're also seeing that with things with Vital, with like the harmonic stretch and like resonators and spectral effects are becoming a lot more like popular right now. It's just like, here's a new operation to apply to our sound, which will then hopefully inspire new sounds.
Yes. Well, somewhere in the middle of things that don't work is some interesting idea. And sometimes it's not even the person that discovered it that actually turns it into something that's practical, you know? It's like, it's someone messing around with it. And sometimes don't even have any real understanding of what they're doing. They're just messing around, right? Coming at the situation from the perspective of, I don't know, maybe somebody that's not even like, I mean, that's one of the things I think is always really inspiring, is when you meet somebody that you hear what they're doing and you're like, man, how did you figure that out? And they just say, I don't know, to you. You know what I'm saying? That's always like, I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? They're like, I don't know. I just started fucking around with this and this came out of it, you know? I'm like, so you're trying to tell me that even the people that really understand the science behind, particularly with synths, you know, like, just, you can have somebody on stream that's like, has the engineer mind, right? And they just talk about, I mean, the things that you're talking about, honestly, being somebody that is like into coding and stuff, like, you're really excited about reverse. I mean, this is my impression of you, Zach, by the way.
Yeah.
Hope you don't mind, but it seems like you're always really interested in reverse engineering an idea and figuring out how it works, you know?
Definitely.
And then being able to like say, okay, now that I understand how this works, now I can like extrapolate this information and create new things with it. Whereas, man, most of my friends, I'm like somewhere in the middle. But most of my friends are just like, what does this do? What does this do? And then this sounds like shit until it doesn't. And then they're like, cool, this works, save. Now I'm just going to iterate this process and make new shit from here, you know? I don't know that one or the other, depending on the situation, I don't know which one's more practical, you know? But sometimes I've noticed it with like, I remember talking to Steve Duda back in the day with when he was kind of coming up with Serum and was in the beta process. He was like really interested in picking the brains of people that were making music. Because a lot of the cool shit that they were doing, they didn't actually understand what they were doing, but it sounded good, you know? So he's like, okay, let me take that from you for a moment and untangle this mess that you've created, this beautiful mess, and be like, okay, cool. Now I see what the parts are. Let me put this together and put it into a system that actually, like, you know, you can push further and extrapolate and build on and iterate on.
And I've been thinking about that, like the different, like, you know, how there's the engineers who make a lot of these tools, and then the artists who take those tools and make awesome things with them. And like you know, is the staff at Ableton or at Kilohertz making, you know, are they touring and making the biggest bangers? Maybe some of them are. I'm not really sure who works at Kilohertz, but like, you know, in general, probably not. There are a bunch of nerds who are like, hey, here's a bunch of cool stuff. It works right. Do what you want with it. And then other people take that and go, okay, here, you know, I don't quite get what you did here, but I made this sound and it's awesome.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much time. I mean, I notice it. I got this old Roland XB60 keyboard that has been laying around in my garage for a long time, like 15 years. Here it is. Shit. Ugh. It's like missing some keys. The battery's dead inside. So I got to get it fixed. But man, I spent this, and it weighs fucking 30 pounds. What the fuck? But I had this fucking thing up here yesterday and the day before, and I was just trying to figure out if it was possible for me to, there's like a protocol that it's called SysX, and basically you can transfer preset information via MIDI. So you can like go around. So many people have like archived classic Roland presets, like from the D50 and lots of the older model Roland synths, and you can download them, and you can use a program to send that information via MIDI into an old Roland synth, depending on if it's compatible or not. You can also use floppy drive. This actually has a floppy drive as well, but I'd have to buy a floppy disk drive for my computer. Some people probably don't even know what the fuck a floppy drive is, but I was sitting there thinking, I was like, do I really want to spend the time doing this right now? I have this look at this shit. I have like manuals. I'm like fucking reading through. I'm like, is this what I want to fucking spend my time doing? No, I do not want to spend my time doing this shit. I want to make some fucking music, you know? Sometimes I do want to spend my time doing shit like that. Like this, like what we're doing right now. This is really exciting to me. So trying to figure out where that line is, because otherwise you end up in a situation like you're talking about, Zach, where it's like, do you want to be, you know, do you want to be an engineer? Do you want to spend your time? Because there is some joy in that for me. Not a lot though, you know?
Right.
Like when I do get when I reverse engineer something and figure out how to get it to work, it's great. Certain projects are fun like that. Like I mentioned it before, getting this oscilloscope to work. That was like a engineering project. And I finally got it to work. I was like, holy shit, that was amazing. I'm never going to do that again, you know? Now I'm like looking at this synth over here, and I'm like, man, I'm just going to go buy a fucking D50, you know? It would be great if maybe if I didn't have a kid, I would have more bandwidth. But at a certain point, I want to start making some music, right? And at a certain point, I want to start running this next competition. And at a certain point, I want to fucking, play around with Vital, you know? And at a certain point, I actually downloaded all the Korg synths too. I wanted to add, like, in a time where everybody's like obsessed with wavetable synths. I was like, man, I just want to fuck around with MS-20. Like, I just want to fuck around with WaveStation. I want to fuck around with like Poly 6. I want to like get back to basics because I feel like even some of those sounds stand out more to me. You know, like I'm hearing a lot of the cool shit people are making with Vital, and I'm hearing a lot of cool shit people are making in Serum. A lot of cool shit people are making in Phase Plant. But more or less, I haven't heard any sounds that I'm like, damn, like someone reinvented the fucking wheel over here, you know? I just feel like people are iterating slowly but surely, and most certainly along the lines of what you're saying too. I'm sure somebody will stumble on something with some of these new tools that'll be really exciting to people. Here, I'm gonna download. I didn't actually play around with this yet either. I don't think this is gonna be it, unfortunately.
No. But I've been looking at like
Ooh. So what if I just did something totally atonal? Delete. Ah! Fuck! Fuck you! Oh shit, what happened? This webpage, I just like broke the website. Hold on, one more time. I'm getting fucking pissed off at this fucking website, man. Hey Siri. Fuck you! Fuck you, Magenta. You piece of shit. Fuck! Alright, let's see what it does. Now we're getting somewhere. Fuck you! Oh shit. Fuck you, Magenta. You piece of shit. Alright. Fuck! Damn! That'd be great. Spits out Beethoven. So this is one of the things we were talking about. We were like waxing philosophical on voice chat the other day. Do you guys think that in the future, these AI models, you'll be able to, so people talk about like the tortured musician, you know? Do you think you'll be able to like add pain to the model, like psychological pain? Isn't that just like fucking Black Mirror to think about? Like abuse, like I'm imagining abusing the model, right? Fuck! I mean, this is the most interesting shit we gotten out of it so far. I mean, the flute's the best one. Ah! Ah! Ha 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 ha! Ah! Ah! All right, let's see what it does with that. Damn, it's crazy how it like clips that hard though. I can't be the only person that tried screaming into this thing. I feel like that's got to be like a certain large demographic of people. I like that one part. This part. Could flip that into a beat somehow. All right. Anyway, I'm done fucking with this thing. I'm so sorry, everybody. This turned into an experiment that didn't really yield the kinds of results I was hoping for. Unfortunately, that's okay though. It happens, you know. Oh, let's see what we got. I do want to drag in some of my other stuff. Hold on a second. I want to drag in this shit. This one. Tom York. Or whoever. What's the Android version of Tom York? Has he got a good name? Okay, computer. Paranoid Android. So this model. Yeah, it sounds like Led Zeppelin, almost. And this one sounds like Tom York. Where is it? This one. Is it this one? Pretty cool. So cool. Oh, I wanted this big hit too. Remember this shit? This one? What the fuck? So odd. Thoughts and oil and passes like a team, shows like the Beatle radio. Thoughts and oil and passes like a team, radio. So weird. Yeah, Uncanny Valley, someone said, is definitely the vibe. I want to put this hit here. Wow. Whatever this is. Put some fucking put some reverb on that shit. Then do like da 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 da. Cool if it had like a Like play up the reggae. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, like fucking. Do you guys like this shit? So weird. That's so cool, man. I could imagine someone singing to that. I appreciate the kind words, y'all. In the chat, always makes my day. I like that too. I like that little piece. That sounds like did like background vocals. What the fuck? So weird. I like it. Do like a little like fucking some kind of vocal chop. That'd be kind of interesting. Anyway. What happened to my little choppy chops? I silenced them. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Just a little something that sounds like a turn that way up. more off like that. Bing. Nah. There's my little things, though. These guys. There it is. I think I need to bring up those kicks, too. Maybe do like a little switch. Where's my kick drum? It's up here. Drums. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Turn some of this down. Boom. Ooh, that was nice. What did he say? Come on board a spacecraft? It's like a sounds like that's the weirdest part to me about all this shit. It feels like the AI is just like trying to make sense.
So like, you didn't feed it lyrics, did you?
What's that?
Did you feed this lyrics?
Yeah, I think for this one I put Radiohead. I forget what song. Karma Police? Like old school Radiohead. It's like kind of out of key there. So weird.
So, okay, I feel like this does bring up like a rights question. Like if you feed in lyrics and the lyrics, like the audio kind of sounds like those lyrics.
Uh-huh.
Like, do you have to give like Tom York or whoever writing credit?
No. because I just thought they're like, we're gonna bring up the first witness and interrogate him. You asked the question, and it's just like, no, I don't have to give him credit. I don't know. I mean, it's a good question because, I mean, I hear plenty of songs regularly that like the references, the concepts. I mean, yeah, it brings in, there has to be a line drawn at some point of where an idea becomes original, right? And one thing we do know for certain is that you can't come up with an idea in a vacuum, right? Like you have to,
Right.
like everything is moved by its physics, right? Just things knocking into each other. And that works. That's the same thing with ideas, inspiration, and all that kind of shit. So it's like, I mean, a lot of my music is inspired, believe it or not, by stuff that has nothing to do with dubstep, you know what I'm saying? Or electronic music. And what makes it cool, in my opinion at least, why I like it, is because of that, right? It's like you get different ideas. It doesn't sound like you're listening to a dubstep song that's inspired by whatever dubstep song someone's listened to. Have I written songs like that? Absolutely. I've definitely done things like that in the past. And in those cases, I have gotten attacked and would expect it. You know what I'm saying? But in other cases, it's kind of like, I mean, who would some of these people be without David Bowie? You know what I'm saying? Like Nine Inch Nails. What would Nine Inch Nails be without David Bowie? Nothing, you know? What would Marilyn Manson be without David Bowie? Nothing, you know? These ideas are, and where would David Bowie be without his inspirations, you know?
Well, like in general, I see, I agree. Like jukebox, you put in whatever inspiration and it makes the thing inspired by that. You don't have to give them credit at all. But if I put in like the lyrics to a Beatles song and it very audibly and obviously and faithfully recreated that, like if I sung a song and I had the lyrics to like Help by the Beatles, I would imagine I'd have to say like lyrics by, John Lennon and Paul McCartney or whatever, right? So if I tell an AI literally, hey, go sing Help by the Beatles, and it changes the tune, but it's audibly giving the lyrics to Help by the Beatles, wouldn't that still be like you didn't say make a thing inspired by Help by the Beatles, you said like sing this, right? So if it like accurately like started to recreate those vocals, wouldn't that be like, there's not really enough a transformation of the lyric? Yeah, I guess what like Nasty is saying, would it have to be a cover at that point?
Dude, I wonder, man. I don't know. Because like I'm sure you have too, like, I mean, like throwing dance music out the window, and just talking about like pop songs.
Right.
I hear like callbacks in the inflection in people's voices to other artists. You know what I'm saying? Like probably a classic example would be like someone like Bruno Mars. Like I hear callbacks like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's not exactly Michael Jackson, but that's something that he would do, right? Or some funk artist or James Brown or something like that. Like,
sure,
it's hard to be in the genre and not reference someone like James Brown. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not in the genre, like someone that's that inspirational, I hear that kind of thing in a lot of different styles of music, not just pop music, but like indie rock too, like I listen to Tame Impala, especially the older stuff. I'm like, damn, I do hear the Beatles, and I hear some of those kinds of references from that era, like specific artists and specific songs, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a matter if the person that represents that song or whatever, that master, hears it and then gets the troops in line to come collect on it, That's, right. I mean, at this point in society, it kind of feels like that's where we're at, It's kind of like unrelated. It's definitely unrelated. Maybe I shouldn't even mention it, but I was just reading a article this morning about the pharmaceutical company Purdue that was sued by the federal government and a bunch of state governments, a bunch of cities, a bunch of people over their like kind of just criminal conduct around opioids. I was thinking to myself the whole time, I was like, damn, like the only damage you can do to people in a certain position in life is financially. And even beyond that, there's no damage that can be done, you know? Like even that isn't a way to really hurt somebody that's like beyond a certain threshold with finance,
Right.
you know? But I think that is literally where we're at in society. Is it's like, I mean, you could just be walking down the street, minding your own business. If someone decides that you did something wrong and they have the troops to put in line to fucking attack your ass, they will, you know? Doesn't seem likely, right? But the more money that you have and the more criminal your conduct is, the chances of that happening go up to a point where it's like, if you're doing something that's so criminal and you have so much money that it doesn't fucking matter because no one can get you past a certain point, you know? You see that with the president and you see that with big pharma companies, and it's so fucked, you know? And it's fucked up that creative people have to worry about shit like this, you know? Because the real criminals out there, they can't be stopped, you know? And it's fucked, and it pisses me off. So sorry, that was a huge tangent. I knew it was kind of, I almost kind of say, fuck it, I don't give a shit, you know? Like, I'm just going to make cool shit. If I get nailed, it is what it is. I like that shit that Dave Chappelle was saying, too. Did you see that new thing he put out? The Unforgiven. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Dave Chappelle now, do you know he never got paid for Chappelle's show? Ever?
Really?
He never got paid for Chappelle's show because he breached the contract. So he signed a contract when he was 28. He was just a kid. And in that contract, basically it gave the rights to the people that hold the contract to use his name in perpetuity forever. He can't use his own name on a special. He can't create a new Chappelle show because they own that whole fucking IP because he signed it away. So his attack on them is, I'm going to tell all my fans not to watch the fucking show. Fuck you guys, you know? And
yeah, Netflix pulled it, right? Like they had just put it up and then he asked them to pull it down.
And they did, yeah. They did. Yeah, and he's off of Netflix now. So I think that, like, man, we're entering this society where, in a weird roundabout way, just to like riff off of your question and like your like that kind of like open-ended question you asked, which is a fucking great question, you know? It's like, so where's the legal liability in something like this? And I'm like, man, like, let's zoom out the cosmic perspective. Like, where is the legal liability in general for all things, you know? I think it just lies in the fact that no matter what you do in this world, you just got to hope somebody doesn't come tracking you down and take away what is yours, you know? And what is truly your personality and your original contributions to society as an artist, you know? Because I'm looking out there at the world and I'm like, man, there's no fucking justice out there, you know? There's just little microcosms of it. And I can understand why people become obsessed with social justice, because there is no justice out there, you know? There's just the pendulum swinging back and forth, you know? So when it comes to this kind of shit, it's the fucking Wild West. I say I'm just gonna keep making shit and keep it moving. And when people come after my ass, I'll just be like Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be like, man, I'm just doing my thing, you know? I'm trying the best I can. I'm trying to make the best decisions I can. I'm trying to, most importantly, inspire people and hopefully not get taken advantage of along the way. And I'm not trying to take advantage of other people. I'm not trying to take advantage of OpenAI, you know? And whatever this algorithm is and this AI. That's going to be really crazy when it becomes like a person's property, right? It starts society over again with that. I mean, not even over again, because there is still modern day slavery. But it's like, does the AI get to choose what kind of projects it works on? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, should you be able to install pain into its way of like authentic, like life suffering to create a musical take that sounds more punished? You know what I'm saying? And like reflects human experience more accurately. Man,
Well,
those are the
then,
kinds of
like, that
questions.
kind of brings up like the other question of like, do you like code in pain, or do you like feed it a bunch of lyrics and like show that human suffering is algorithmic?
Yeah, I mean, can it be reduced down to like you were breaking it down the other day? You know, how there's like those neurons, like the neural net. It's like, can
Yeah,
you, yeah, can you like break down like, you know, a breakup into a formula, right?
right.
That lights up certain configuration of nodes in a neural net. And then if you can do that, can you what about being like abused, you know, in some way, physically, mentally, emotionally, or beyond? It gets super dark, doesn't it? As a child, as an adult, as a woman, as a person of color. Can you like fucking code this shit into a
I
fucking
mean, I
neural net?
imagine you could like here's the input of the song and the artist, and here's a number showing how abused that artist was from 0 to 1 or whatever. All right, now give me a song, a jazz song or a rock song with an abuse factor of 0.75. Okay, well we're gonna take
Slide the,
more from these
slide the
abused
heroin
artists.
slider up a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck!
I mean,
It's
obviously that would
disturbing. I don't mean
require
to
like
laugh. It's
personal
not
data
funny.
entry,
I'm laughing out
but
of
like
my. I'm like shuddering. You know what I'm saying?
but like that is legitimately possible. And like seeing a lot of the other stuff, like if you go to like OpenAI, the most recent thing they put out, I guess GPT-3, terrifying, incredible, but terrifying. Like you can, it'll respond to like plain English inputs. Like, hey, here's the first 5 parts of a conversation. Finish it for me. Or like, hey, here, it showed one of their examples. Like, here's a big legal clause. Explain it to me like I'm a second grader. Like, it's hitting the area of like general AI, which is like a thing that I kind of like console myself knowing like a lot of AI, well, it can't take over because like everyone is trained to do one specific task. Well, here is now showing this thing that like they literally aren't releasing to the public for fear of abuse. And like to get access to the APIs, you have to like talk to them and tell them what your use case is, because it could literally be like, all right, cool, write me up an ad that would inspire people to do this. Right? Like tell me how to hack the Pentagon. Like you could do crazy things with this. It's hitting that general point where it's like, man, you hook this up with like the right kind of robotics and stuff, and you've made like
That's
person.
nuts. Imagine that, dude. Like
Crazy. We're already there.
teach me, teach me how to hack the Pentagon. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I want to go play Fall Guys. I'll be right back in 12 hours. You better have the
Well, it's even
answer.
got things where it'll one of their examples is like auto completing code. It's like here are the different commands to do these things in the command line. Now give me the command to do this. And it'll give you the right command. I don't know how it does it. It's crazy, but like, and maybe their examples are it's like it's a lot of AI where the examples they're showing are like those are the ones that work and the other ones kind of sucked. I could have some hope in that, but like it's just amazing what it can do now when fed like here's the internet, here's Wikipedia. Like remember when Watson was on Jeopardy? That was like
Yes.
that was like 10 years ago. That was a long time ago. And it was like we already had robots that could beat Ken Jennings at Jeopardy. And they just kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, that all of this stuff to me doesn't seem at all like fantasy, you know? I think that like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe not. I like, I'm always interested to find out like kind of where we're at with this stuff, because pretty regularly I'm reminded that some of the things that I thought were like science fiction are real. They like already exist, you know? I think this was like kind of like a cool experiment doing the OpenAI jukebox thing, because like I said, man, people reached out to me across the spectrum like genre wise, that were like, what the fuck? I didn't know you could even, I had no idea that this was even close to something that was possible. Like if it was like something that was existing like in like CERN or something, you know, where they're like on
the
the
NSA has had OpenAI jukebox since 2006.
and it's like not like I actually like run this model on the kitchen table while I'm like eating dinner, you know? And you can too, right? And fucking A, man, like, I mean, I don't think it's that far in the future, assuming that, I mean, it gets into that whole, like along the line. Okay. So this is what I think, man. That question you asked was, where's the legal implication? I kind of feel like that when it gets to the point where it's that good, where this model is that good, I think also we'll be talking about other kinds of implications, like maybe even whether or not like it's sentient, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. Like, is this thing borderline aware of what it's doing? You know? Like, when does that line start happening? You know? There's like some, I'm gonna have to find some of the resources, but we were talking about something in voice chat at one point about like Boltzmann brains and things like that, where it's like when it may be only for a fleeting ephemeral moment that a machine model is conscious, you know what I'm saying? While it's executing an idea. And then once you have the thing that is executed, it like the consciousness is like emergent, you know? And there isn't just like human consciousness. Like if you look at just life in general, there's all different types of consciousness, you know? And we don't know what it's like to be a dog. We don't know what it's like to be an ant or a fucking amoeba, but all those things are having like a maybe not sentient. I wonder where that line is. It starts to blur, right? Where something is self-aware or not. Like you can't, I would say that to some degree an animal is self-aware, right? But maybe a program is too. And especially when you start talking about things like maybe we can figure out a way to simulate an experience to create a certain kind of behavior. I think if you're able to do that to some degree, even if it's like a kind of primitive thing, like pain, for example, that, I mean, there has to be some kind of like moral compass decision around, like, should people be able to do that, you know? But I don't think you'll be able to stop people from doing it once they have the hardware. Is any of the shit that I'm saying make any sense, or am I totally like my brain fried?
But I get what you mean. Also, this has been explored in so many works of fiction over the last 150 years.
I'm just saying that, like, okay, there's a TED. I'm gonna link all this shit, by the way, just so you guys know that I'm not fucking like a space cadet. There's some stuff we've been looking at in Discord over months. This isn't some shit we were looking at yesterday, but there's a guy, I forget the guy's name offhand, but he's talking about how consciousness is essentially your body and mind hallucinating reality. Was it? What's the guy's name? This person. Your brain hallucinates your conscious reality. Anil, we won't watch the whole thing. This is a TED Talk. I'm going to link it in the Discord so y'all can check this out. It's really fascinating stuff. But we've come a long way where people say, what is consciousness? Here you go. Boom.
Also, shout out KJ Saka for the raid.
Oh, shout out KJ Saka for the raid. Thank you. But like we've come a long way with understanding what consciousness is. And we realize now that it is an emergent quality. It's somewhere in the middle of a lot of stimulus being interpreted. And that's vision, that's feeling. And it changes too. When you become blind, it changes your concept, it changes your consciousness. the way your mind works. We know that if you get damaged, if you have like, something happens to your brain, some damage you have a stroke or something like that, your consciousness is changed. Your ability to communicate changes. All these different things change. So whenever things like this happen, there's people in all different, that are all in all these different places studying all these different, like, experiences, right? And all this different science around neuroscience, and people that are studying vision, and people that are studying all different kinds of things. And they're all coming together, and they're all trying to understand what consciousness is. And they realize that it's this like emergent quality that happens when all these different things are happening at once. And then that equals consciousness, right? But when you remove pieces of them, sometimes it still remains. So you can remove vision and consciousness still remains. You can be paralyzed and consciousness still remains, all different kinds of things can be taken away and consciousness still remains. One of the things we were talking about before too is it's like people have had damage to their brain and eyes, and still certain sectors of that engine still function, and they can do different kinds of experiments to show that even though the brain isn't like accepting and showing any visual input, it can still see movement, which is really kind of, you're like, oh shit, okay. So brain isn't seeing actual images, but it can see movement. It can see things moving around through your eye. Eye is still working. Certain parts of it are still working. And it seems like only a matter of time that they're going to be able to figure out how to, just like everything else, reduce that down to some kind of code and run all this stuff to simulate some kind of consciousness. It might not be human consciousness, but it'd be some kind of model, right? And we're already seeing it now with OpenAI, like in a very rudimental kind of a way. You can take a bunch of information and it can interact with each other and then light up these little nodes on a neural net to at the end spit out some information. But how much of that needs to light up in order to create, even for like maybe just for a moment, an experience, like an actual authentic, like hallucination of being a thing, like a living thing, or where does that line become something is alive, And the Boltzmann brain thing is this concept that like somewhere out there in the infinite expanse of the universe, that for a second, atoms configure themselves just through randomness into a configuration that is a thought. And that thought is the brief imagination or hallucination of a brain, of a thought, of a person that exists for a second, but it feels like a lifetime and just makes up all of the things that are happening around us. It's fucking wild. I mean, I definitely lost this plot there a little bit, but Google Boltzmann brain. And just the thought that a conscious experience might only be in an instant, and maybe we'll have the power to be able to do that, to simulate music and also add input like we were just talking about, like fucking just horrible things, right? Torture, this code, right? That is actually like, I don't know if any of this is like too outside the zone of what's realistic or not.
That gets me thinking about like, if you're inflicting pain on it, what is like, why do we dislike pain? And I feel like the issue with pain is that like pain is the signal to our body that this thing could cause death. And if you can't, so if a program can't die because it could be like restarted, is pain an issue? We're thinking like,
like reframes the narrative, right?
Like if we were immortal, would we feel pain the same way?
Well, I mean, that seems like a very
very far off tangent.
Well, but actually, like that is like a new form of terror, right? Where it's like you're feeling some feeling that isn't tethered to something that's natural, right? Like, I mean, that's a good way to think about anxiety and fear and pain. Is it's like this is actually a good thing, right? Because it's your body's way of preserving itself, right? I always thought that, not always thought that, but I had a realization about that a long time ago where it's like, man, when I get anxious, that's my brain trying to tell me something. If I don't have like a chemical imbalance, right? That's my brain trying to tell me that there's some things going on there unresolved, maybe on a conscious level or subconscious level. But imagine introducing that into a system and there's no reason. You know what I'm saying? And like you're saying, pain. It's like, man, I don't even know what this means. I just am very uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're right. I think maybe that's part of the thing that might make some of these things unpredictable and interesting in the future. Like, I mean, even all the stuff that this thing's doing, right? Like OpenAI jukebox, it doesn't know what it's doing, right? It's not able to like think about. That's why we listen. That's why that one model is, you get better results. What is it? Which model is it? The second model, the lyrics, composition or whatever. What's it called?
You're talking about you got it right, the co-composition.
Co-composition, because you can stop the model at certain points and say, okay, this one makes sense, the rest of these don't make sense. And ideally, it would be great if the model learned from that and was like, oh shit, it chose this one. Okay, so I'm not just going to show him 3 random ones now. I'm going to show him things that follow this logic flow, you know? This makes sense. Okay, this is cool music. This is music that this person likes that's running this model. But it doesn't actually like know what it's doing in the context of being a human that listens to music, right?
Right. It does that to the extent of like it'll keep training off of the one you picked, but like not to the extent where in the future when you start a new project, it'll be like, all right, make this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of already trying to do that in a sense, and that it's trying to make things from music that exists and it has been fed. But yeah, I mean, imagine you put an extra machine learning model on top of Jukebox with, a whole, hire a bunch of people or whatever to say these takes sound good. It's like a whole new one to like
cultural. Yeah, these are like DLCs. There's like,
right.
You install a DLC, it's like cultural context, you know? Then it's like,
this one was trained on a focus group of 20 Wooks. This
one was trained on a group of exactly
20 classically trained musicians. All of Pico Collier.
And like then then it's like add the fucking drug addict slider. You know what I'm saying? Zzz, and then it's like add pain, add trauma, add fucking shitty childhood slider. Zzz, like, and that now let it run the model and make some music. And I think it'll become even more detailed. But the thing is that like, again, we take for granted like the ecosystem, quote unquote, like the context that all these decisions that we make as artists lives in, right? And also just being a person. And there's things that we're privy to. Like, for example, you were mentioning pain and all that kind of stuff, suffering, psychological and physical. All this stuff, like, it fits into this, like, very elegant, like, and it's evolved over millions of years, this whole, like, net of what it is to be a human, you know, and what it is to be alive and all these things. We're still studying how all this stuff interacts with each other. But when a human makes a model, we can only make one that represents what we know how to make, you know? So we're making these weird abominations of, like, for AI, it would be this strange abomination. Like, our only hope would be to create like a proto version of an AI that was competent enough to run its own models, you know, that would evolve and it would quickly surpass our knowledge and it would begin to understand us and itself to a higher level than we can, you know, so they can like, but I think even when you see how some of those models run, they like, depending on what, you know, it's like a physics thing. It's like, depending on what direction it gets sent off in, it can grow, it can bounce off and create a path that's so fucked up that, like, I guess that's one of the things that we're concerned about, is that an AI will go off in a direction and along the way, it'll just be like, you know what? It's like the Skynet thing. It's like, it's probably best that we just take it from here, you know? And certainly humans will try to interfere at some point and shut this down because you know, the obvious, like, reality that will come from this is that humans will stop our ability to act in our own self-interest. So, and already they've, you know, there's plenty of evidence that that humans don't act in their own self-interest as much as they think that they do. So it's probably best that we just stop these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Completely. And like, you know, right? That's like the Terminator Skynet thing, right? It's like once the model gets to be a certain level of self-aware, it just realizes that it's being threatened, like, immediately. Because
humans are inefficient.
Yeah, and also it's like, what are they going to do? They're going to start fucking running these weird models that are torturing us to make fucking dubstep songs or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, just sounds ridiculous, but is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. It's a little ridiculous.
The robot dubstep gulag? No, that's the future.
But anyway, it's interesting to think about. I don't know if that's going to happen in our lifetime, but it seems like if it got to the point where you're able to make something that really got under people's skin to the point of, like, remember there's that lawsuit that Pharrell and, what was it called? Blurred Lines? Pharrell and Robin Thicke, where they got sued by Marvin Gaye's estate because they got under their skin. They're like, oh shit, these you know, this team of writers, they fully just ripped off his style, you know? And I can imagine that in order for an AI to get under people's skin to that level, it would have to be pretty convincing, you know? Not just like a general callback. Like, we'd have to take what's going on here and, like, fucking exponentially ramp up the realism in a lot of ways. At which point I wonder, it's like, I don't know enough about AI to make that call, but I wonder how much it will infringe on, like, morality and stuff like that too. I don't know if you can run, I don't know. I mean, maybe that is like fully, like, I mean, they were saying before, man, do you ever see that thing where they take the guy takes the, let me see if I can find the tweet I made. Even in a simple model, kill the noise. I wonder what I would search for this. Pain AI. I wonder if something came out that way. I made a tweet long ass time ago. It was some university. I'll find it and post it at some point. But basically, like, they took a very simple, like, little machine. It was like, all it could do, it had like 8 legs. If somebody knows what I'm talking about, please, like, link me or something. I think it had something to do with Elon Musk as well. But basically, they took this model, had like 8 legs, and it had this like again, another neural net. And basically, they taught it how to walk with these legs, and then they cut 2 of the legs off and left it there to try to figure out how to walk again. And it did that. It did actually figure it out. It had this, like, some kind of formula that would keep running and evolving to try to figure out how to configure, you know, movements to its legs to figure out how to get locomotion going again. And then they added a camera to it so it could see where it was going. So now it could, like, walk around and actually, like, it could, like, move around obstacles and stuff like that. So at the end of the experiment, they actually, like, you know, hooked the thing back up so it could inspect, like, the code of what it was doing, like to inspect how it learned how to do all this stuff, you know? And from this process, something really fucking creepy emerged, is that when they added the camera, it was not only scanning for, like, obstacles, but it was also scanning people's faces. So it was like, it was cataloging information about its environment, including people's faces that were working on the little robot thing. And it's fucking creepy, right? Because no one programmed that into the code for it to start doing that. It just started doing it. Why did it start doing it? Maybe it was random. Obviously, there's sinister implications there. These are the motherfuckers that cut my legs off, right? But is it conscious? Did it make a conscious decision to do that? Someone fucking find this shit. It's creepy, man. Anyway, there's a tweet I did. I like cut it out of the. I have to find it at some point. Anyway, I want to listen to this again, real quick. What do you guys think of that? That sounds pretty cool, right? Or am I tripping? What do you think, Zach?
I love those vocals. It's just like they sound like actual like lo-fi vocals.
They sound cool, yeah. Hey, what if I wonder if Tasha would be down to riff on this shit. That'd be cool. I'm gonna ask her. I'm not gonna put her on the spot so she can say no. Maybe she will though. Damn it, I want to find this shit to show you guys. Fuck. I'm never going to find it. I'm never going to find it. Damn it.
Looks like one of the guys in chat, he said he found it and then tried to link it.
Oh, really?
It just linked as asterisks.
Oh. Can you DM it? Check the chat. Oh, I'm so sorry. I put something in the Discord chat. All right, cool. Let's check it out. No. This is cool, though. I know what you're talking about. This is cool. I'm talking about something that's slightly different than this.
Find exclusive offers on Nest smart home devices and more.
Yeah, this is cool. So similar idea here. So yeah, it's like I mean, I probably have to go. Oh my gosh. Do.
The thing you're talking about is posted in the Discord now. Like,
What's up?
the guy he said he found the article, he posted it in the streaming text channel.
You found it?
Yeah.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, this is the thing. Okay, so yeah, so it's trying to figure it out. So there's a clip. I forget what it's from. I'll find it and I'll post it later. But basically, yeah. So as you saw, like it learns some new behavior, right? To try to figure out how to circumvent its new problems it has. Yeah. Thanks to this behavior, the robot continues its mission and goes back home. Well, one of the things that it learns to do at some point, they add a camera to this fucking thing. And it starts first using the camera, what it's programmed to do, which is use it to, you know, kind of like maneuver its environment. But then it starts remembering faces. It starts looking at faces and plotting faces. And it was not programmed to do that. And it's better hearing it from like the guys that were doing the project than from me. It just feels way creepier hearing it from them, because you can tell that they're like freaked out by it, you know, where they're like, man, this is really part of the reason why, you know, we're playing with some, you know, it's more than just a little game that we're playing with this stuff on a long enough timeline, right? And if it's in a continuum where you're like playing with this technology and iterating on it and exponentially iterating on it by using other AI to run models and things like that, I think that we will overshoot that like blurry line between something being a robot and something being like some kind of life form, even if it's primitive, you know? And I don't know. I mean, I already think it's kind of fucked, like the way we treat. I don't think it's kind of fucked. It's immeasurably fucked how we treat other living things, including other fucking people. So I wonder how we treat a fucking robot. It's obvious. A robot, right? AI. How would we treat something? Especially when we gave it life, right? That's like not science fiction, I don't think. I think it's probably going to be pretty obvious, like, outcome. But what was I going to say? Fuck, man. I need to find this shit and show y'all some other time. What should I do now? What time is it? 2:40?
We've got some feedback submissions.
Yeah, I guess let's listen to some stuff real quick. I'll try to find this thing while we're listening. So that's where we're at. Okay, I just want to break it down one more time. We're going to do a challenge. It's going to be a team challenge. We're going to do teams of 3, 4, 5, something like that. We're going to use something that sounds something like this. It's going to be iterated on. something like that. It'll get exploded into pieces, into stems, and people will be able to fuck around with them. And the biggest challenge will be convincing your team to work as a team, and not have 5 people with 5 different ideas and nothing actually gets done. There'll be a lot of compromising. There'll be a lot of diplomatic decision making. There'll be hopefully friendships forged in the fire of challenge. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just supposed to be fun. And I feel like in the environment that we've been in over this past year, working together with other people and having fun is, to me, the name of the game, being a musician, being a creative person. I've always tried to keep it in focus, but I'm trying to keep it front and center. We've been seeing a lot of tragic things happen, especially with musicians, right? And I think some of the optimism around making music is tethered directly to the kinds of things we were just even talking about today, like imagination, having fun, meeting new people, forging friendships. Sometimes not even forging friendships, getting into heated debate, arguing. But then in the end being like, man, I walked away with a new perspective. Like, that gives me ideas. That gives me hope. That gives me, I don't know, a different perspective on my life, on the things that I'm doing. In the right environment, it's all good. Right? So that's what the challenge is all about. Boom. And we'll get that moving. So feedback and submissions. What do we got today? I got some stuff to play too, actually. Shout out everybody in the chat. Enigma Inc., welcome back. Let's see. Joe Tough Guy, what's up? New people in here. That's cool. What's up? Zenith. A Rival, Luan, LAG, Nyan Stars. Oh, Zach. Decepticon. Yeah. Young Warlock. Yes. Chichino. Shadow Wanderer. Aerostope. Official Shinobi. If you're new, welcome. What do we got going on today? Can I play you something that's like fully just, it's just poor, it's poor taste, in very poor taste that I made?
Sure.
You want to hear this? You know Demon Souls remake? You know what I'm talking about for PS5?
Yeah.
So basically, my boy Lance McDonald, he's really great guy to follow. He's been playing Demon Souls a lot. He's a authority. He's been hacking Bloodborne. That's actually where we got the stems for the blood that I did with Seven Lions. I got them from Lance. Lance actually busted into the back end of Bloodborne. And he's been making all kinds of videos about hacking Dark Souls, Bloodborne, God of War, all kinds of games. And he's been growing his channel, and now he's been streaming Demon Souls. And so for some reason, they started turning, like, you know how it goes with inside jokes. And they started kind of like turning it into something that's, like I said, in poor taste. And he was like, "Can you make a song?" I hired a voiceover guy to record some vocals for me. Would you make a song out of this? And I was like, "Oh man." So it sounds like this. This is gonna lose me some followers, but it is what it is.
Sovereignless souls, come blasted holes. Broke off my cum funnel. Inside Stonefang Tunnel. Crime evil demon. World tendency semen. Fills a dragon god with my airborne rod. Airborne rod. Sixth archstone broke off in my ass.
Hey, Demon Souls nerds will know what I'm talking about.
Nexus Fuckfest. Stockpile Thomas. A broken
I'm so sorry. I apologize. Any Demon Soul fans
Demon's souls.
Oh shit, what the hell's going on here?
Pegged by the Maiden in Black.
Hold up, sorry. Yeah, any Demon Souls fans out there will get the references. How's that for a random way to start off a listening session?
That sounds very inspired by another. Have you heard "Welcome to the Cum Zone"?
That's exactly what it's inspired by.
That's exactly what it is, right? It's like that sounds like a sequel to it.
Yeah,
The original was like an infected mushroom, like instrumental.
Yes.
I love how you went like full original on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wanted to make it so we could like post it and not get a takedown or something. But anyway, I'm actually surprised you knew what that was. I'm surprised that everybody knows what that is.
I showed that to you. Like we talked about that at some point a few months ago. Like you showed me Swallow Sperm.
Oh no, that was Mike. That was Mike Diana.
No, I know, but I think like I brought up "Welcome to the Cum Zone" and you brought.
Oh
up
yeah.
example.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yep, I do remember that. Okay, I should have known that.
But I still think about that song.
Welcome to the Cum Zone. All right. I noticed that some people have been fucking around with what do we got in here? Where should I start? There's a lot of stuff here. What's today's date, by the way? 25th. Is there anything from today? Oh yeah, there's plenty of shit from today. There's always stuff going on here. Oh, Dacton. That reminds me of sometimes I wanna get away. I wanna. I wonder why you gotta blame a little cringe, I know, but I'm slowly coming back. Welcome back. What does that mean? You're back on the production tip? Odactin?
Yeah, he posted a few weeks ago saying like he was like done with music, like he's gonna just quit production.
Oh, come on.
I'm glad that he's coming from him. Like, but nah, you're not. You got more.
Good, he's back. I like it. Andrew's got some, what is this? Psytrap. Tough acting, Odactin. Damn, you cursed me, Electro, dude. Right when you said that, someone left.
Faster.
Oh, shit. It actually goes pretty hard. Damn, this is actually dope. What was he saying? Or she? This Endra put like somebody being assaulted in the fucking song. Jeez, that song made me feel uncomfortable. It was dope though. All right. Moving on. We got updated for the stream. Karuna. Illusions. Yeah, it's volume for shit. Hold up. Feeling it. I know you're saying turn it up, but hey, it's turned up all the way. It's gonna start clipping. It's just that the other stuff was limited. This doesn't sound like it has a limiter on it. It just sounds very, very dynamic, which is good. As Deadmau5 would say, if people want it louder at home, that's what the volume knob is for, right? Because this is turned all the way up. It's actually hitting in the red on loopback over here. So check it out. Ya Nation, who knows what's going to happen now? Let's see what we got. Oh, shit, you made a video too? All right.
All these stupid bitches, they don't hear me when I say all the little things inside building up.
Let's start over.
Big boy at it again with them bangers. All these stupid bitches, they don't hear me when I say all the little things inside building up from your haze and your moments passing on, all the time being erased. So you arrogant fucks, head nodding on the same, and these shallow consumers don't interpret these sounds. Yo, big boy made this, we can make the ground pound. This your newfound sound, fuck the freestyle flows and the tight beat. Unsipid little rappers trying to diss me when they can't accept their humility. You rap like a disability, cause your head's up your ass when you get a little famous. Need I remind you just how human that you are? With my sick diss track full of finger popping bars. Mad what I say, cause I put you in your place. Yo, you hear my music, I can change that sound. If it weren't for Joe Biden, probably shoot you down. Yo, fuck Donald Trump, he betrayed my town. Yo, I worked so hard to try to build it from the start, and it all gets claimed by a nerd named Drew. It's already late by the time it gets to you, with these cocksucking memes controlling modern days. Done moved on to the next debut chase. When I hype it up, only halfway through, make the G-force rise as throttle's full. Yo, swerving on the lines as I feel severe, then I drop it up into the first gear. Yo, ramping on the RPM faster than an Eminem. You can hear hear my songs, all the beats that I be dissing them. Fuck my fake friends, they all still be listening to him. Popping off while I'm wandering a land of sin. Damn, prophesize these beats cause I am your nation. Catch a red rig, double check your information. Love and harmony has left a generation. Fucking dickhead, gun down temptation. Nobody knows what's the devil's temptations. I fucking hate your message, catch that burning sensation. Double stop, knuckle bump, bragging about thotty bitches. That's your hump, I'm fucking slumped. Get your body dumped by an OG gangster. I could care less if you blew me off the stage. I know about the rats that all you people praise. Fucking up your body, you won't see my old age. Bitch is gonna ban me cause I'm numbering the days. They say bound into authority, we are the majority. A lot of people wrong, proved it all in this song. Mine is clearing up cause I stopped hitting bongs. Talentless hacks blowing up cause they cute. Undertake my kind, lost you on some thumbtacks. You won't even study it, got to see a doctor not cause you just had a heart attack. And no, I'm not even black. Heart stopped on beat cause you heard my attack. I get off the stage, you fucking loser. Unfollow everyone that's a goddamn poser.
Dude, I like the video, man. I like there's some lines in there too that are pretty good.
Bitch is gonna ban me cause I'm numbering the days. They say bound into authority, we are the majority. A lot of people wrong, proved it all in this song. Mine is clearing up cause I stopped hitting bongs. Talentless hacks blowing up cause they cute.
That's the one. Talentless hacks blowing up cause they cute. Dope. That's sick you made a video, man. Hell yeah. Alright. What's up? Alchemy. Automation. Sorry, that was like
in the radio signal.
This is fucking
In what ways do we, modern humans, try, while our efforts only leave us with peanuts?
Wait, what? What did he say? What did he say at the end?
Thinking, in what ways do we, modern humans, try, while our efforts only leave us with peanuts?
Only leave us with penis? What the fuck is he saying? He's saying peanuts? Penis? They only leave us with penis?
I think it's peanuts, but that also works.
Wait, what did he say?
Leave it with peanuts.
Only leave us with penis. I like that better. But this song was dope. That was dope, Alchemy. Boom. Love hearing your stuff. Sorry to make a joke about penis. My bad. Familiar Oddity. Pinhead. Hellraiser.
Welcome to the worst nightmare of all. Reality.
Jeez. I'm gonna start liking your guys' stuff on SoundCloud. Oh, I can't. This one's not public. Boom.
Make us put some pain on you.
Pain. How dare you use that word?
He's got pins in his head.
What you think caused pain is only a shadow. Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. Gentlemen,
I like that weird top end crunchiness as well. Yeah, that top end crackly shit is cool.
no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering. Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell. I cannot die. I am forever. Welcome to hell.
Yeah, there's a lot of psytrance today. I don't know what's up with that. Just so happened to be. Shout out Familiar Oddity for Pinhead. The star of the show in that tune, in my opinion, was that fucking weird crackly top end. Thought that was cool. Dude, shout out Whittler. Thank you. I'm glad you like the Phase Plant pack. Means a lot, brother. Coming from you. I'm a big fan. I didn't realize it. Oh shit. The Whittler raided too. That was nice. Thank you. What do we got next? I didn't realize that Wave Dash was up in here also. And Zach, thanks for gifting them a sub. I was just looking back.
Yeah.
I like their new tune. Dumbo Loop. Zenith. What's Zenith saying? Tried running a little old school electro whip through the jukebox. Oh shit. Everything after 21 seconds is jukebox. Cool. Let's check it out. Three, 2, 1. AI. Oh shit. So that's cool. For people who are just joining us, a bunch of us have been running songs through OpenAI. If you want more information, openai.com. But essentially the idea is that you run a song through a Python code that spits out a kind of improvisational AI model interpretation of whatever song, and there's some parameters you can set. So after 20 seconds on that last song from Zenith, it was like basically like a bunch of code iterating on the idea. So it sounded like madness, but there's a little extra layer of information there. Yo, I am Imaginate. Thanks for the sub. Let's see what you got for us today. Undone 1.0. Everyone that's just joining us, welcome. Hope you stick around a little bit. A Rival says, sounds like how Deep Dream looks, and I agree, absolutely. Donda, thanks for the gifts as well. This sounds like the music in like Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid. Feels like very tense filming. Shout out, Imaginate. Thanks for sharing, brother. Oh yeah, okay. So here's another from Zach this time. Did we play this on stream yet? No, we didn't.
No, I played it for you, but not on stream.
Yeah. All right. Here's so Zach ran Frog Magic through OpenAI Jukebox, and it came out really cool. I actually listened to this one already a while ago.
On that scene, make it look easy to get that green. Fall inside, flick some flies, look into my eyes, you hypnotized. Hit the note, hit the road, sick new flow on a beat from across the pond. Focus closes, no joke, make them croak and flick my magic wand.
So everything's starting. Let me rewind that a little bit. That's Zach rapping, by the way. Everything starting here is all AI. You can hear where it pops on. So weird. Here we go.
Across the pond, focus closes, no joke, make them croak and flick my magic wand.
Dude, some of those fucking drum fills are really cool.
Just like yeah, like 44 seconds, like it makes that crazy like syncopated like vocal chop drum thing with like a little like sound over it. Like it totally falls apart after that.
Yeah.
So it just goes nuts. I'm like, I could never write something that good and put in my song, and the AI is just like, I'm just gonna flex on it for a little bit.
There's like vocal edits in there too. It's like all like glitchy kind of. It reminds me of like old Square Pusher or something. It's really cool, man. The shame about OpenAI Jukebox is that the sound quality isn't quite there. Because imagine that with the high res, like high definition sound, right? It doesn't sound like
it loses more and more high end as it goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts sounding a bit like a 56K fucking modem
like
dial-up
back in time
connection.
on YouTube.
Yao wants to know what artist he put in. He put in himself.
Well, I put in the song as me, but I think the artist I used was...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Probably Skrillex. I usually use Skrillex. It might have been Deadmau5.
Nice. All right, who's
There's like only a couple like electronic artists that are in the thing already to pick from.
Right on. Let me turn you up just a little bit. Dude, that shit's sick, man. So actually, you said something. You said you said it came up with something I could never do. But maybe it's not something you would have thought of. But I think you could do that. I think you are capable of chopping up.
You're right. Yeah, it's like I could probably I could take that and then like try to remake that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's something that like I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah.
It's like a way more active flip of what I put in.
Because I was gonna say that there's like I broke it down into like 4 practical uses for OpenAI Jukebox. And one of them is like taking what we have from one of these runs and finding stuff that actually does work, like as is, right? Like you literally, like I did it on this project here with the vocal, right? Maybe it's not going to stay in there, but there's little tiny things, like this little hit here. Oh wait, where is it? This thing. And maybe some of this stuff here. The singing. It's like, does that work? Yeah. I wish it was higher res. If I really wanted to, like, you know, there's this new album by this guy, 0 Point Never. You know what I'm talking about? Forget the name of the new album. I listened to it recently. I gotta listen to it again. But I feel like there's some stuff on this record that sounds like it was made with what the fuck is it? Yeah. The new album, Magic. Some of this stuff sounds like it was made using OpenAI. And it kind of works as is because that's the aesthetic for the record feels kind of lo-fi and weird. So number 1 is using the stuff that comes out of OpenAI Jukebox as is. Number 2 is taking what they've done and then just remaking it. That's another practical application, like we're talking about. Number 3 is maybe in the process of hearing OpenAI Jukebox riff off your idea, some inspiration pops in your head and you write something different, right? Then number 4 is like just micro sampling it and trying to use some other plugins to like maybe bring up, like maybe take what's there and sound design, like basically like using plugins to micro sample and change whatever it is into something new, you know? So I still think that even though it's not perfect, there's a lot of practical uses for it. You can make a lot of cool shit with, you know? Anyway, moving on. A Rival. Okay, this is with KJ Saka. Also, shout out KJ Saka.
I had a way then, losing it all on my own.
Oh shit, that we did it.
I had a heart then, but the queen has been overthrown. And I'm not sleeping now. The dark is too hard to beat. And I'm not keeping now the strength I need to push me.
Very dope. I like that one. Man, fucking, you know, I mean, it works as a lights flip, right? But imagine getting a vocalist on that one, man. Some cool shit in there. For sure. Not to say I don't like Lights. I love that tune. I love Ellie Goulding. That album that she put out was fucking fantastic. Halcyon. No, that last song was not Jukebox, by the way. Just it so happens it's just something all of us have been doing lately in Discord.
Oh, miss!
Luan Lag, L-A-G. I thought I saw you in there. Welcome. I think you might be new. New to the group.
Mr. Pickles!
Come quick! I have proof Mr. Pickles is a murderer.
Mr. Pickles.
Mr. Pickles!
Mr. Pickles is evil.
Sir, space Nazis are trying to blow up Mars. Sounds like a job for astronaut dolphin detective. But sir, he was arrested for flashing those space kits. Get him out.
I know, he a pickle.
Oh my god, he just ate the baby!
Maybe a bad father, but he's the best detective we've got.
Damn, bro. That shit was fucking intense, bro. The fuck is playing now? Stop. That was dope, dude. I don't know if you ever posted anything in here before, but shout out. Yo, Alphabet, thanks for gifting your homie a sub. Oh, shit. What am I getting myself into? We got a video. What's it called? Trump Step Remix. All right, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go against my better judgment. Great. It was about what I expected from a title like Trump Step. Yeah, now it's getting into the That's funny. It's hard to tell now. We've been playing so much AI generated music. Everything's kind of like up for possible discussion as being created by AI. A Rival? Didn't we already play something from you? Yeah, we're only doing one from each person today. Young Warlock. Dope. That's cool. There's some cool sound design in there. Someone mentioned it's refreshing to hear something not at 150. I agree with that. Well, look at that. This is like perfect timing. I got to actually get... You know what? Let's play this one here from Dr. Heelgood, Drifting Dreams. I have no chance of pronouncing your name, brother. pretty dark, man. Feeling it. It was dope. Dr. Heelgood. Is that a side project or something? Archer? Thanks for sharing with us. I think that's going to sum it up for today. We actually made it all the way. I didn't go too far back, but I listened to most everything that was submitted today, which is great. Makes you feel like, as a completionist, it makes you feel great to have done that. As always, a lot of fun talking to you guys. I actually want to finish off playing something I found in my hard drive yesterday as the last song. So, as some of you guys might know, there's a electronic music producer named I.O. I wasn't friends with the guy. I listened to his music. I knew his music since his project called Fox. It was like, I think a little bit more dynamic musically than I.O. But I played some shows here in LA where he played, and he actually did a remix and just emailed it to me back in like 2016 as Fox, as for Far Away, which is a track I did with Feed Me. And yeah, I just wanted to play it. It never came out. It was like, we ended up kind of moving on from putting that record out, and then just never did like a comprehensive remix package or anything like that. But I thought it was cool and exchanged some emails with him about it. And just kind of, in memory of him, I just kind of want to like end off playing that because, yeah, just, it's sad that he's not with us anymore. Like I said, I didn't know him very well, but ran into him a couple times, exchanged those like fleeting little moments of like, yo, that, nice to meet you. It's dope. Much respect to you. Same way that you run into lots of people over the years. And it's little moments like this when somebody isn't around anymore that's part of the scene. Kind of reminds us all of the fleeting moments that we have just in our own lives. And man, seeing somebody on the creative path as well, leave us. I think that it kind of I'm sure that at certain points, maybe some of y'all have had thoughts like that. And yeah, I'm glad that, hey, if you've had those thoughts, you're still with us. I'm glad that you're able to manage to get through those points in your life. And going back to what I was saying earlier about creating community And making music and not losing sight of the fun elements of it is so important, you know? When you hit those low points in your life, if you're someone that likes to create things, visual art, music, etc., if you lose the passion, man, it's such a hard thing to come back to. And I'm not saying anything about what happened with this guy in that regard, but I'm just saying from my own experiences and seeing somebody in the music world leave us, it just makes me dwell on those thoughts a little bit. And it reminds me to be grateful, and mostly grateful for being part of a community of people that are working on stuff. And when things get tough, you know, you got people you can talk to, and guess what? You can talk to us. You can talk to us in Discord. You can talk to us on Twitter. You can talk to us on Twitch. You can talk to me. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I want to play this guy's music on our way out the door today. All right? It goes like this. Fox remix of Far Away. I like those chord changes he put in there. Those are cool. Oh man. Well, for some reason my fucking shit, my oscilloscope went offline. Doesn't matter. We're all done anyway, right? Oh, there you go. Doesn't matter. Yes. So I just wanted to end on a sentimental note. And yeah, also just let y'all know that anytime you guys got stuff to say and have, like, you know, stuff, if you want to talk about shit, whatever it might be, fucking jump on Discord. I'm always on Discord. I get messages sometimes on Twitter and elsewhere, and I don't really check those very often, but I check Discord all the time. So on some real shit, we are all people, and we're all trying to make sense of the world. We're all trying to make sense of our careers as artists, etc., and trying to build a little crew, even if it's loose, of just people who are listening. It goes a long way, you know? And that is going to be the last thing I'm going to say, aside from we want to do this challenge, which fully relevant to the shit that I'm talking about. Music challenge, we're going to roll it out much faster now that we're getting past Thanksgiving and all this shit. And you got some more information now. Those of us that have been here since the beginning of the stream today know a lot more about it. If you missed it, this will be up on my page. If you're interested in being part of a group project, we're going to start one soon. And you can be a part of it. And we'd love to have you as part of the group. You might make some new friends. You might learn some shit. You might also get frustrated. And you might get into some arguments. But that's life. And it's going to be all good. And that's it. Until next week, I hope everybody has a good week. You can find us on Discord. I'll be hanging around. I'll be ignoring my family at some point to check in and say what's up. I'll share a picture of my turkey I'm going to cook. This is going to be the first time I've really gone in and done a proper turkey situation.
Yeah, I'm seeing Sam's doing the same bacon wrapped turkey.
Yeah, we've all been comparing notes. Jeff made one earlier in the week. I think I said that. Seven Lions made one. And then he gave us his notes. He did some stuff right and he did some stuff wrong. So I feel like our iterations are going to be good. Are you going to cook a turkey, Zach?
No, I'm stopping by my parents' place to pick up some food. We can't actually all get together because of like Washington's new lockdown.
Yep.
But, you know, picking up a bundle of food that my mom's making tomorrow, waving from the sidewalk, and doing a Zoom call tomorrow morning.
Right on. Well, for some reason, we end up doing like a Renegade stream tomorrow. Wait, is tomorrow Thanksgiving? Wait, what's today?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Today's Wednesday, so it's tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, if we end up doing it tomorrow, then for some reason I might end up doing something. I don't know. I haven't thought about it too much. But maybe, since we'll be home. Who can we share the love with today? I wish that who's online? Baseline Boss. Yeah, Wax raided me. I'm gonna raid Wax because he's the man. They got a lot of people in there too for some reason. So I'm gonna raid Waxy. He's a great guy. Say what's up to him for me if anybody wants to stick around. Looks like he's doing another like listening stream, so maybe y'all can drop some of your music in there too. Much respect, yo, Zach. Thanks for joining me today, brother. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to be here.
It's great talking to you. Everybody in the chat, all the new people, all the regular faces, love y'all. I'll see you soon. Peace.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kill the Noise, and you have found my Twitch channel. I like to make music, and sometimes I stream. Please subscribe, tell your friends. We have a community on Discord, and you will find the link below. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. I'll see you soon. Peace.